Hello everyone. Welcome to Glyphic Restart Cohort 2025. We are super happy to have 8 organizations joining us in this cohort for the next 6 weeks. So as you all know, where are we starting why are we starting the Restart Cohort? Restart Cohort is majorly for organizations like yours who have newly gotten took up the responsibility of chatbot, or you have hit a pause because of certain reasons and now you want to restart, and you have certain use cases figured out. Certain people are already figuring out use cases. So Restart Cohort, we intend to help you with some of these so that by the end of 6 months, we are looking at you to have some fundamentals being very strong with respect to Glyphic platform, what all it can be possible, at least making you capable of doing certain, creating certain chatbot flows more independently, or at least knowing if it's possible or not. And we will also try to touch upon some of the advanced features of Glyphic. So this is what you can expect in next 6 weeks. So I just want to start on that note. Uh, so, like, I just want to introduce the whole cohort. So, we have 8 organizations across 4 to 5 sectors, ranging from disaster management, education, environment, gender equity. So, it'll be a great space for all of you to learn from each other. So, these are the set of people we'll be traveling together for the next 6 weeks. Sorry, I directly just got started into it. So, but let's get to know each other a bit more better. I will stop sharing my screen so that we can all see each other. So, if possible, can all of you please turn on your camera? The reason being, because ideally a cohort should be run in an offline setup, and a camera helps to make each other more feel connected and be able to ask each other more questions, or just feel like we are learning together rather than speaking to the names there. So in case you are able to turn on your camera, it will be very nice. Okay, I would suggest you to do it, but yes, in case you have any issues, it's absolutely fine. Cool. Before we get started, I would like us to have a very quick round of introduction. So many of you know me and Tanu already. So I'm Krishna Priya. I'm part of the product team at Glyphic. So I majorly work with different NGOs to help them succeed through chatbots, solve problems that they are facing through chatbots. And we have Tanu, Fawaz, Sangeeta, and Ishwarya from our team who are ranging or doing different responsibilities across Glyphic. So you'll get to know more of us as we proceed. So before we get started, I just want each of you to actually share a bit about yourself. When I say that, it's just what your name, your organization, what are you trying to do with the chatbot? And one thing which we want you to do is we want you to tell where you're coming from without telling where you're coming from. So let other people guess. Uh, for example, I can get started to give an example. And I want more of you to guess. And there's nothing like a chat. I want you to talk. So feel free to unmute yourself. This is your space. So feel free to talk as much as possible. Maybe I'll just get started. This is an interesting fact I got to know about my place very, very, just yesterday, not very recently also. I come from a place where badminton was originated. Any guesses? Ajish is saying no.
Is it Bangalore?
No.
No.
No. Some of you, I think, are already are from the city. At least during my conversations, might not be here. Okay, so I'll give another clue. So this is a city which is called Oxford of the East. It is famous for educational institutions in India.
You're from Guwahati?
No.
Or sorry. or Meghalaya?
It's the
Pune.
opposite. Pune, yes. Yes, Amit is right. And the interesting fact, I got to know that badminton was apparently originated in Pune and it was originally called Pune. So that was super interesting for me. So I'll tag somebody and you people, like we can do like a popcorn, we can tag each other. Because Amit guessed my city, Amit, over to you. Amit, you're on mute in case you're speaking.
Yeah, hello, hi. You can hear me?
Yes.
So I'm Amit, working with Breakthrough Trust. Actually, we are using your platform since almost 1 or 2 months. But yeah, I'm here to learn more about advanced things on the Glyphic thing and hear from the peers to what they're facing and how they can leverage Glyphic in the coming future. And I belong capital city of India. They're just simple.
Make it tough, Amit. But
I can't think right of now, as of now, but yeah,
no worries. Tag somebody.
thank you.
Tag somebody. Uh, Tag somebody else.
I would recommend Imran from Goonj. Okay.
Okay, my name is Imran. I am from Gunj organization, and we have to share what we are doing with our chatbot, right?
Yeah, what you're trying to achieve.
Yes. So, from this restart cohort, we want to find a different use cases for our chatbot as we started, I think, 2 years back, but we haven't utilized completely the Glyphic. And there are lots of flows in our mind, and we wanted to know how we can proceed with that. So, for the learning purpose, I am here. And regarding my hometown, the easiest thing is the Litti Chokha is famous for that place.
Is it a
Bihar.
city that we have to go?
Bihar.
Yes, yeah,
Yes,
Bihar.
yes,
I
Bihar.
belong from Bihar, but I moved to Delhi for job, and so that's why I thought I have to tell like current city.
Anything, whatever is
Okay, yeah,
making it difficult to guess for others.
okay. So
Yeah.
I'm from Bihar.
Nice, nice. So we have like some Bihar tagging Bihar. Go on, Imran, tag somebody else.
Ajis.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ajish. I'm representing Madi Foundation. We are into the education space for the last 9 years. We're just booming in the state of Tamil Nadu. We are currently scaled up into a couple of other more states, uh, Meghalaya, Nagaland, in Northeast, and we're also just panning into Andhra and Telangana currently. We work closely with the foundational learning and numeracy. I currently anchoring the operations part of Madi Foundation. We are using this Glyphic space for reaching out to the unreached, most undeserved communities of Tamil Nadu currently, but we have um, ambitious plan to reach out 4 million parent community in the next 5 years. That's what we are planning by using Glyphic. And I come from the God's own country.
Kerala.
Yes.
Which place in Kerala?
I'm from Palakkad.
Oh, nice. We have Fawaz from our team who is from Kerala, Malappuram. Oh, sorry, I gave him. Sorry.
Hi, Fawaz.
Okay, tag somebody else, Ajish.
Padma Ramanuj.
Hi. So I'm logged in from one is from my PC. It says Padma FES, and because you asked to switch on cameras, I moved to my phone as well. So hi, I'm Padma Ramanujam. I'm from FES, and FES works mostly around the restoration of commons, especially the land, water, and forests. especially those where the rural livelihoods depend. So my work within FES, I am a system administrator here. And using the chatbot, what we are trying to do is that we are trying to create some sort of resources where people in the communities can ask questions on commons governance and understand it better, or send us information from their field and we can receive and generate some intelligence out of it. That's what we are trying to do. Regarding my home state, so where I belong, we eat curd rice and rasam rice, and where I live is where we eat fafda and jalebi.
Gujarat.
I see people smiling but not guessing.
I think it's Gujarat.
Yeah, I am from Tamil Nadu. I live in Gujarat.
Awesome, awesome. Tag somebody else, Padma.
Let's hear from Arvind from Seeds.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Arvind. I am from Seeds. We work in the disaster resilience and climate change, building resilient communities. I work in the capacity of the digital and IT manager here at Seeds. I'm also joined with Nilesh. He'll speak about himself. Acha, telling about where I come from or where I'm based right now. I'm in the city that is known for its chole bhatures and city that has the tallest brick tower in the world, right? So
I missed the last statement.
the tallest brick tower in the world, the tower made in brick, that's the tallest one in this city, and it's known for its chole bhatures.
Chole Bhature is Haryana?
Haryana people,
No. Okay. Because I ate a lot of
chole
chole
bhatures
bhature
with
from
them,
Haryana.
yeah, India.
Delhi.
Not Haryana, bro. Yes, Delhi
Right.
is the one.
What's the tallest brick tower? Is it Qutub Minar?
It is. It is
Oh,
actually.
I didn't know. Interesting. Nice. Cool. Tag somebody else, please.
I'll say probably who has not spoken. Diksha. Let's say Diksha.
Hi, thank you, Arvind. Hi, everyone. My name's Deeksha. I'm from Credor Foundation. We essentially work in the area of financial literacy. We have two programs, one for personal and one for business finance for women entrepreneurs. I anchor the business finance for women program. Essentially, what we're building with the Glyphic chatbot is using the assistants to build an AI chatbot, which is led by our own research and the videos and the YouTube videos that we have made in-house. So essentially, it acts as a LMS and a self-paced learning model so that women can access questions that they want whenever they want and however, whenever they have the time, they can look into it. We're also using Bhashini on Glyphic so that it is enabled with speech to text and text to speech. So right now, that's what we're working on. It's been quite an interesting journey so far. We're figuring out a lot as we go. For me, right now, currently, I am based out of Mumbai, and I'll give that away. But the city that I come from is known for a lot of kebabs. And it's known for its Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb. Yeah, thank you.
Amit is that like quiz master, like who answer the
No,
guy
we
who answers
work in
everything.
Lucknow. That's the reason.
Yeah. Tag somebody else, Diksha.
Okay, I'll tag, okay, Neha.
Hello. Hi everyone. Good evening. So my name is Neha Chaube. I'm from Gunj organization, and like as Imran have already shared about what we are, what our use cases for the as of now with this, what is the expectation of our this course. So I don't have much to add on that, But yeah, for learning purpose, we all are here. And so I am from Sapno Ki Nagri, if any guesses for that. Like I can say it in Marathi as well. Sapnachi. I don't like मुझे इतनी ज़्यादा मराठी नहीं आती, but सपनाची नगरी. So you all can guess.
Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Please give the Marathi translation.
Marathi translation. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Tag some.
Yeah. Suresh.
Yes. Hi to everyone.
Hello, Suresh.
Yeah. My name is Suresh. I'm working in Madi Foundation. So Ajisa already explained what are my purpose also for this course. My city is Superstar, living in the city.
I can see your city name in your name, unless that's something different.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I think I gone someone. Nikita.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Yes. So, hi all, I'm Nikita. I'm from Loka. So Loka works on the education line where we work with the rural government schools giving education through volunteers. So it's purely online where we connect the volunteers to these schools through digital platform and they take classes. So we are Loka is in 17 states, 950 plus schools across India. And with Glyphic, we are about 8 months or 9 months, closely to 1 year, completing 1 year soon. And we are, I'll not say no more babies, but we are just growing babies now with new flows and all. I feel much confident than after the first sprint that we had in January. Looking forward to learn more and become more stronger after this workshops after the season that we are having. Okay, I am from the place which is known for spicy food, and I am brought up in a place where it is idli sambar is famous for, and right now living in Bisibalabad or swimming in the Bisibalabad place.
You are in Karnataka now, and you born and brought up in
Yes.
Tamil Nadu, and you traveled into Andhra.
Perfect.
You just left Kerala. Everything.
Kerala. Yeah, but I am from Coimbatore, which is a border of Kerala. So I can say maybe like I've touched the Kerala also.
Yeah.
It's like
Add somebody else. You have the Glyphic team, Rahul, Meghna, and Sharanya.
okay. I'll leave it go Sharanya so that the look gets completed. Sharanya, you're on mute, Sharanya.
Hi everyone, good evening. So I'm Sharanya from eVidyaloka. So in eVidyaloka, we are giving online education to the rural students with the help of volunteers. So mainly we engage with volunteers. So we use Glyphic to connect with them. So we are going to work with Glyphic. And in coming to my state, I come from the state which is popular for textile manufacturing. So and also popular for hill stations. So you can find states I'm from.
Tamil Nadu.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Meghna, Rahul.
Meghna. I'll take Meghna. Okay.
Hello everyone, I'm Meghna. I'm working with Tiny Miracles. Our company make tote bags and your tote bags hai. Oh, sorry. Should speak English. So
No, you can speak whatever language you're comfortable with. Meghna.
okay. So a company works with like mostly with women, but when our founder came in Mumbai, she started working with women and children, and eventually she had the company goal to reach like close the poverty gap between the company. So she started working with unprivileged women in like the slums area of Mumbai, and this is my first job. I also belong from the same community.
Yeah, very nice. Which place are you from?
Mumbai.
Okay, okay, thank you. Rahul, would you like to go?
Yes, hello everyone. Myself Rahul Devekar. Uh, I work for Cradle Foundation as a web development started. So now where I contribute to projects, WhatsApp chatbot projects for Multiply India, and I'm coming from Kolhapur. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rahul. Aishwarya,
Thank you.
Fawaz, Sangeeta, Tanu, would you like to quickly go about yourself? Like, just in the interest of time, maybe like half minute for each of you. Anybody can start.
I can go. Hey everyone, I'm Aishwarya and I work with the BizDev team of Glyphic. And I come from a city which is known to be the Silicon Valley of India. I'm making it easy because of the interest of time.
Bangalore.
Thanks. Yeah, Bangalore. I tag Sangeeta.
Thanks, Aishwarya. Hi, good afternoon, all. Happy to see you on call. And most of us have interacted, so I am sure that all of you know me. And yeah, I am from the state which celebrates the Sand Festival, Sand Art Festival. I can give
Is
if
it
it is.
Odisha?
Yeah, correct. I'll tag Fawaz.
Yeah, thanks, Sangeeta. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So, I also work in the Glyphic product team, and I recently joined the team, and I'm also looking forward to learn more about the product. So, yeah, I am coming from a city which is famous for backwaters.
Kerala.
Yeah,
City also famous for backwaters, Fawaz.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Nice. Chalo. Tanu, would you like to end this?
Yes. Yes. Hi everyone. It's lovely to see you all. I'll keep my introduction really short. I think most of us would have interacted in the process of getting inducted with the cohort. So this is Tanu. I mentioned I have joined the team as a product analyst, and keeping it really short, like I am based out of Bombay. And that's something I probably reiterated at every call with each of you. So just cutting the guessing here. So yeah, that's a very short intro about myself. And yeah, back to you, KP.
Thank you so much. Chalo, like we'll have more of these conversations going ahead. I want you to have connection beyond work as well, so that you're able to find other synergies with respect to your work and in general find good friendships here. I'll share my screen. Can one of you confirm if you're able to see my screen?
Yes, KP.
Awesome. Okay, so before we get started, let's set some norms. One, it's not a teacher-student sort of lessons happening here. So here we are all learners. We will learn from you more about your work, your use cases, your challenges, and your nuances of work. And we would want you to tell us like what else you would want to understand, what you want to know, like where else you can find learnings from each other as well. So we are together co-creating this particular entire cohort. So that's something like, so as we are co-learners, as we are like co-creating this together, I would expect you all to voice out, like ask your questions, share your feedback. So we don't want you to wait, say, after like 6 weeks to tell us, Ki Krishna, that session didn't work out. Because suppose if it happened today, if you're telling it today or like tomorrow, whatever it is, so that we are able to correct it every session. Like we don't want things to last. Like, and even if you have, I don't want to just have this radio silences and ask everybody, hey, do you have questions or not? If you have questions, I would expect you to unmute yourself, ask questions. If it's a longer conversation, we'll take one-on-one with you. That shouldn't be a problem. But please feel free to be as open as possible, because at the end of the day, it's you learning. You learning about Glyphic. and we learning about things. So like I'll share some of the things, but I would expect you to also have that equal two-way conversations in this entire thing. And the third important thing which I want you all to remember is we all are at different levels, as you must have heard. Like Breakthrough Trust, they said like they are 2 weeks into it. eVidyaloka is 8 weeks into the organization. Creator is already experimenting with AI, where Imran is like Imran and Neha are looking at more use cases. So we are at different learning levels. So some of these sessions would be like things that you know, but it will also have some more new things that you will be learning in each session. So I would highly appreciate if you are able to adjust to these learning levels, have certain patience, and if you think like, hey, this is like entirety is not working for me, then we can have a separate conversation. And I would highly encourage all of you to share what your learnings were. For example, some organizations are at like a more mature level compared to other organizations, and I would highly encourage you to start sharing what your experience have been while working on that particular feature, on that particular form, particular approach, so that we are learning together and together we are able to grow. So that's like a norms that I want to set. And like a few other important instructions, like I've been like majorly speaking in English, but I would be using some Hindi along with English, just to cater like different audience that we have. But like I also understand a lot of people are from different other parts, like which are not Hindi speaking states. In case you are not understanding certain thing, either which I said in English or I said in Hindi, feel free to tell me like, hey, can you please repeat in this particular language? And I strongly believe language is just a mode of communication. Like there's no language that's above the other. So we can use whatever is working for all of us. So even this, I would expect you to tell me like, hey, this is not something that I'm understanding. So be vocal about it. I think this is like a open space, like, and all of us will appreciate each other's honesty. And the second thing, as I said, we would really love if you all keep your videos on. The reason being, it just makes all of us connected. I know like some of us are working in a remote setup, and just seeing each other helps us to open more or like understand each other's expressions or like understanding of things better, so that it will help us to form like a deeper connection and learn things better. And the last part is, this is something which we have reiterated in all our conversations with Tanu as well, like is we would want you to have attendance of all these sessions mandatory. It's just like 6 sessions apart from this particular call. So we would really want you to attend all of this, because we have kind of like, I'll also show like what is the plan for the next 6 weeks. So we have kind of connected everything and like trying to cover one important aspect in one of the calls. So like the attendance will help you to have that continuity, learn things in the entirety. So it's just like 6 weeks, maybe take it like a challenge that you have to complete all the 6 weeks well. So that's something which you would highly appreciate. In case you are not able to, so if you are 2 participants from an organization, so if you are not able to attend, so you'd at least appreciate at least one from each organization attend, so that you can pass notes, ask questions further. Any questions on these 2 things before I move further? You can unmute yourself and speak.
No, nothing. Good.
Awesome. Thanks, Ajish. You are a good student. And please keep telling in case you are clear also, so that it's easier to understand. Awesome. Okay, so this is something which we have shared in our concept note as well, but I would like to read it. Like, how are we looking at this entire cohort? So as I said, one, it's not like a teacher-student thing. Like, it's not like, hey, you are attending the webinar and that's it. Like, we want you to, one, learn theory, implement it like practically, so that you are able to, like, once you start doing your hands-on, you'll understand a lot of things that you have you have heard might be different from how you have perceived it. So implementation time is very important. So at the end of each session, we would encourage you to set a goal for yourself, like what you want to achieve in the next week. So you can keep as simple as कि मेरा ये एक flow है, I want to enhance it based on the best practices that I learned. or I want to create a new flow because I learned about this new use case. It can be anything. It can be a small goal. It can be a big goal, whatever you want to do. So it's a goal that you are setting. We are not telling you कि आप ये करो. You tell us what you are planning to do, and we want you to achieve your goal. So it's like it's not a competition against anybody else, or it's not somebody else telling you. It's you setting a goal for yourself. And to support that implementation time, we will have like a 2 half-an-hour support calls, which I'll speak about in the next slide. Jisme, like you can get on a call, like it's an optional call. You can get on a call, ask questions. We will help you answer your questions, help you with ideas, implementing, etc. So that would be another optional support office ask calls that you'll have every week. I'll get into like the details in the next slide, and I'll take more questions there. So what you see on your screen is how your next 6 weeks are going to look like. We, as I said, we have consciously prepared the 6 weeks plan in such a way that you are covering everything of what Glyphic is. Not everything, at least as we promised at the beginning, to make your basics stronger. So it starts with understanding Glyphic platform basics, like certain like interactive messages क्या होता है, मैसेज कैसे भेज सकते हैं, रिसीव कैसे कर सकते हैं, and like groups कैसे बना सकते हैं, which are called collections. So these are few things which we'll be covering in the first session. And each session will also be giving you certain nuances which you might not be completely aware of. In the second session, we are going to design user-centric flows. So a lot of you told us in the initial calls that your user experience isn't great. You want to like get a good user engagement. For getting a good user engagement, we have to ensure that our flows are designed in such a way that it is easy for a user to actually navigate through it. User is making less mistakes, or even if the user is making mistakes, you're already predicting those mistakes and designing accordingly. So some of the best practices, user-centric behaviors is something that we'll be covering in our second webinar. And the third webinar, most of you have asked about it. Let's call it like on nudging, HSM messages triggers. So how do we broadcast messages? We have a group of people, हमें कुछ messages भेजना है, सबको कैसे भेजेंगे, कब भेज सकते हैं, कैसे. So all those details you'll be getting on this particular day. The next part is on the LLM integration. So we'll try to cover like how to create a basic LLM flow and how to use speech to text, text to speech, etc. So that's on it. In the next webinar, we are going to speak a lot about data. Data includes both qualitative and quantitative data. Again, there are like a lot of things to this particular concept, but we are going to teach you a few things which are more actionable to you probably in next couple of months. And we'll also share additional resources with you through which you can learn if you want to advance more or if you have a tech team internally. So that's something which I'll be sharing with you. Then the last webinar is on improving user engagement. That's something which most of you have asked, like what are certain, how do we curate messages so that there's an engagement? How do we get better responses from users? So we'll try to share some tips which we, based on our experience of working with different organizations. And on the same day, we'll have a closing, where we will have some of you speak about your work, share your chatbot with each other so that you can try and get instant feedback. That's something that we are planning to do. All these sessions, apart from the last one, are going to be for 1.5 hours. The last one is going to be for 2 hours. We tried to keep everything on a Tuesday, 3 to 4:30. Only the broadcasting one, because there is a Ganesh Chaturthi and there are like celebrations on 27th and before day. So we try to keep it on 25th. So I would like to hear from you if you like as a team, like if you all feel like, hey, this is a topic which we want to learn earlier, or this is a topic which we want to learn additionally, that's something which I want you to give inputs on. To quickly check all your calendars and let us know if these days and timings work for you. So if you think like, hey, this particular day doesn't work for most of you, then probably we can look at an alternative day and a timing. So I'll wait for you to talk now. Or if it's working also, you can like tell us if it's working, maybe through a thumbs up or something.
Thanks for the reply, Diksha. Thank you, Arvind.
It largely works for us from Madi Foundation, but only the 12th work is something that I have to, we will internally rearrange some of the meetings which is already planned. We'll see and we'll reach out in case if there are any contingency. Yeah,
Sure.
but otherwise
12th August is like the first one, Ajish, like which will be very important. So I would highly recommend you to check, like otherwise let us know.
sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Nikita, Sharanya,
I hope you
Neha.
can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Padma.
Yeah, we'll be covering things like I don't know if you mentioned this, like Google integration and everything, Google Sheet integration. I think.
That will be part of webinar 5, which is quantitative feedback.
Yeah, okay. I
That
think
will
it mostly looked fine for us also.
awesome.
We are good with it.
Awesome. Tiny miracles. Are you Breakthrough Trust? Are you guys okay with it, Amit?
Meghna and it.
Yeah, Meghna. मेघना राहुल आपको ठीक है?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just a question, KP.
Yes, Nikita. go ahead.
So this like second, we will attend the webinar and then we will have the working session. Is it like that?
Working sessions is up to you. Like it's not a working session. So you like this is the only FaceTime with us apart from the office hours. So this is something जो आप attend करोगे. So when you will work, it's up to you. Like it's based on your other works.
Yeah, because on 4th and 5th we have the Teachers' Day celebration going on. So that 2 days we will be that. I think
That's okay.
the
Like
second,
it's
second,
like whenever you want to work, like that's up to
Yeah.
you. Like based on the goal that you have set. That's okay.
Yes, perfect.
Okay. We'll just wait for Amit and like anybody else left.
Meghna, does it work for you as well? Maybe just either, if yes, you can just respond like with a thumbs up as well.
Krishna, there's one more thing I just want to quickly mention. So, another member of my team, Pooja, who's not here in this session, I'll check the dates with her as well.
Sure. We'll share this PPT with you later.
Sure, thanks. If there's any problem, I will let you know.
Yes. Like if one of you are able to attend at least, should be fine.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I'll consider rest of you are also okay with it. Then the office hours, as I mentioned, we'll have 2 optional 30-minute slots. So one on Thursdays or Fridays. Like Tanu must have already booked your calendars. It's like an optional call just to keep it on your calendar for the next 6 weeks. So it's between 4 to 4:30. So this is a call where you can join the call and have the like ask your questions, and or at least you can listen what others are asking questions. Even that's a good learning a lot of times. तो बस attend करो कि अच्छा ये क्या पूछ रहे हैं, ये क्या पूछ रहे हैं, and let's see how that you can implement in your thing. So it's an optional thing for you to attend. So while you are working, while you are learning, any questions that you have, you can come and ask here. And if we see like, hey, with your particular organization, maybe your question will take more time, or there's like something else we need to help you understand or mentor, we will ask for a separate one-on-one with you, and we'll be flexible enough to schedule that one-on-one. You don't need to worry कि हाँ 30 minutes में 3-4 organization join करेंगे, मेरा question handle होगा कि नहीं. We'll ensure like your question is being answered. And you are getting enough support, whatever, for you to achieve your goal for the week. Okay. Any questions on this? I take it as a no. Okay. Now we have done with the basic logistics management. So this this is a 2-hour call because we want to speak or like give you context on what is the plan going to be like for the next 6 weeks. And we are going to cover on what are the common use cases of chatbot. Because this is one thing, like some of you have a use case already in mind. Some of you are still thinking of exploring more use cases. So we want you to give a understanding of what are the different use cases that are most commonly used on WhatsApp chatbots. Again, there are new use cases that emerge. Like, so in case you have a different use case, feel free to add, share, etc. So because it's a WhatsApp, it's an automated chatbot. What does a WhatsApp do? It send message, receive message. So any use case which includes you sending a message or you receiving something from the user is pretty much the use case. I would just put it like very, very simply in that way. So I tried to categorize this thing into like a push, pull, and integrate. Push is if you want to send any communication to your user, it can be to engage them, to inform them, to remind them. Those are the use cases that can be possible. It is a push. So you as a bot are pushing information to your users. Second thing is a pull. So I'll get into details with more examples here. But I just want you to understand like the push, pull, and integrate thing, because everything else will like be like a details of it. Second one is a pull. So where the user has the ability to pull information from the chatbot. So user has a better control of what they want to seek information, when they want to seek information, for which purpose they want to seek information. Push is when you are pushing based on like you are deciding what to send, when to send. Pull is like user has that flexibility to decide like what to do and when to do. The third is integrate, where you are enhancing the capabilities of WhatsApp. Like, hey, beyond my push and pull, I am enhancing the capabilities of WhatsApp or like the chatbot by integrating it with other systems. So I am doing some external system integrations with it so that the data is flowing from something else, or the data from chatbot is flowing to something else. And I'll also give you some examples to it. So if this basic part is clear to you, I'll get into more details in the next part. First is push. Push, as I said, bot is initiating a conversation with the users, and it can be for multiple purposes. So one, you can send a content, like a personalized content, to engage users or build a habit. So in this case, I'll give you an example of one of the organization called TAP. They work in building social and emotional skills in children. What they do is they have built a habit in children. Like every Thursday, we will send you an activity. And by doing the activity over a period of time, you will be building skills. So they send an activity, like they initiate a message, hey, the new activity is out now. Once the user, like the student, starts interacting with it, they do an activity, they submit the activity, then there's a quiz that happens and they submit a feedback. So here they are sending a personalized content based on the language that the user prefers, based on the grade in which the student is in, based on the preference कि student को art से सीखना है कि dance से सीखना है. So based on all these different factors, they are sending a personalized content and they want to build a behavior that the student is able to self-learn when we are pushing in a certain frequency every time. So this is one very simple example of sending content. Second thing is nudging. So it's like a slight variation. It's also like nudging is nothing but you are sending some content, right? But the purpose of it is you are sending something, nudging the user to complete an action. Even in case of TAP, they are nudging the user to do this activity. But nudging also be for different purposes. For example, we have an organization called Reap Benefit who works with, like one of the person, like who works with a lot of youth to solve local problems. So what they do is they have the information of the youth, like they know like I am Krishna Priya, 18-year-old from Bangalore. So they send me a nudges on, events that are happening in Bangalore that I can participate, or the problems that are happening in Bangalore city, like potholes problem, which they would encourage me to participate and take some agency to solve that particular problem. That's where like you are nudging for certain event, or nudging to for me to complete certain action. It can be me attending an event, it can be me solving the potholes problem in this area. The other cases of nudges, again, I'll speak about how different sectors are using it. Here are a very few examples. The third thing is where you are sharing data or progress back to the users. For example, Reap Benefit, again, they would give me a data on what are the different actions that I have taken in the last 1 year. They'll tell me like, hey, Krishna, you have participated in 4 events, gained 200 points, and gained these badges. Or it can be like a data we are sending to a school HM saying ki, hey, in your school, like there were 400 children who got registered, out of which say 50% of them have completed the course completely, and the rest are at this status. So there can be different ways where we are sending the content. Everything at the end of the day, we are sending the content. So this is like a high level thing. I'll quickly speak about how different sectors are using it, and I'll take more questions. In case of education, as I said, like they used to send activities like to different stakeholders in education usually. To students, it can be activities. To teachers, it can be lesson plans. Sometimes the teachers, it can be like a nudge to send, asking them to fill the attendance or fill the reflection of a particular class that they have attended, or to HMs on sharing data, the overall progress of a school, or like other job opportunities. I can send like, hey, based on the user, I can send the job opportunities which are suitable for them. And we have few organization, agricultural, which send like based on the location. If I'm a farmer from Ranchi, they'll send me how my next week is going to look like next week's weather is going to look like. If there is a thunderstorm prediction, then they'll send me like, hey, measures ki, hey, now take this care for your of your crops. Or they can send me some agricultural methods, mandi rates, or social schemes also. A lot of health organizations send like, based, if I'm a 6th month pregnant woman, they send me like, hey, at 6 months you have to do a sonography test, and this is what the food that you need to eat. So there can be different ways of using it across different sectors. So I'll pause now, take your questions, anything that you are confused, anything that resonates with you, which you would want to implement or have more questions on. You can unmute yourself and speak. And if you have no questions, give a thumbs up, even that's good. The radio silence is generally scary. Can one of you unmute and say if it's clear or not, at least?
All good, KP.
Ask.
Clear.
I'll speak on what resonates with me. So before the cohort, we were thinking about getting information from the users, right? Which is our main plan. But right now, also working on other projects or other work in the organization, we're also thinking about broadcasting or pushing information to our partners, which we generally do through emails, which does not work out that way, right? So this is actually giving me an insight or an idea on how we can also use Glyphic, which we haven't thought about, in probably solving that problem as well, right? So I'll be interested in knowing more about this, how we can probably plan it.
Awesome.
Right?
Definitely, Arvind. Like, we'll probably speak more on this in the next sessions.
Sure.
Anybody else, you have any questions or any thoughts, any new ideas? Imran, Neha, because you are primarily looking at more use cases.
Yes, so it's looking fine to me. Just wanted to know one thing. This push message can be any type, right? Whether it's audio, text to audio one, or maybe from other stuff, right? Not only the text part.
Not only text, we can have attachments, but there are certain nuances to this because we have to play with WhatsApp guidelines as well, which
Yes.
will speak more about it in our broadcasting session, which is like our third webinar. But in general, it's just not text. You can have certain attachments as well. Okay, if there are no questions on this, I'll move to the next part. So pull. Pull is basically you're creating your chatbot in such a way that user at any point of time is able to access the bot to get the information that he or she wants, right? So how can you design your chatbot in such a way that they are able to access whenever they want? So one solid case is like a content library. So I am creating like a main menu or like a LMS sort of structure in a particular structure. So whenever the user is starting, I am asking, hey, what do you want to do today? ये चार चीजें हैं, तुम्हें आज क्या करना है? So they decide their own journey. They will decide कि do I want to access this part, like do I want to say, so we are doing with one organization right now called Antara. So there we are giving access to say Anganwadis, Asha workers. What do they want to do? Do they want to learn today some new concept, or do they want to like quiz their knowledge by quizzing themselves, or do they want to ask questions, like which is the query resolution part? So you are creating a main menu or a structure in such a way that user have the access to access different things. Or you can also have like a user can get the data as per their need. So I am, say if I'm a HM, like if I'm arranging everything, creating my chatbot in such a way that like whenever an HM from a particular school access it, he or she gets information of the average attendance of their students. So there can be different ways of us creating it. So in generally an educational sector, people use like an LMS style. You'll also be trying one of the chatbots right now to actually see how this content library looks like. So you can actually create like an LMS or a learning information. So people can, there'll be a set of options. Students can learn whatever they want to. Or it can be for students reporting their information. So I have learned something, maybe I have learned something in an offline setup. I'm sharing my reflections on the chatbot so that you can collate all the reflections of the students and decide on next steps. Or it can be like a teacher like reporting, or like a teacher sharing certain information, or teacher seeking certain information. So that can be on this. On agricultural, generally people can ask questions what they want, like we have one of the organization called INRIM, where people can take picture of the water that they have around, and what will tell like how's the quality of the water is, like kitna algae hai, kitna safe hai water peene ke liye, etc. Or people can also like health, agriculture, they can ask questions based on pregnancy, or based on the diabetes, or like the social schemes like Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana mein kitna paisa deta hai, different things, right? So even that's the same thing like you can do for volunteers, where they can access the resources. Like you have like a bunch of resources. There are like a lot of frequently asked questions कि अच्छा मुझे ये lesson plan कहाँ पे मिलेगा, मैं attendance tracker कहाँ पे update करूँ. All this like people can ask questions. Even legal, you can get feedback, give answers to the latest policies, etc. So any questions, any thoughts on this, like any new use cases that is coming to your mind, or any questions for you to get a better understanding of it?
Please feel free to unmute and speak. Yeah, I mean,
So I have a small question, Krishna. Yeah. So imagine I have created a pool of questions, kind of a library, and my user is not being able to find out the right question that he or she wants to. Is there any way that my user can use the same Glyphic platform as whether the WhatsApp chatbot to search it in a Google, connect with the Google search engine and get the answer done, or get that connect
Yes.
them.
Yeah. If your question is not contextualized, if they can get through Google, yes, of course. Like we have, I'll speak about it in the LLM sessions where you can integrate a chat GPT sort of thing just to get answers, where it's hitting chat GPT and giving the answers to your users.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, Jayesh. Anybody else? Any questions? So Diksha, you use LMS sort of a self-learning system, right? So
Yes.
any suggestions you have, like, or any learnings that you have, which you might want to share? Diksha or Rahul?
For us, honestly, it was due to the fact that after a prolonged use of push messages, we needed the users to come to us rather than us just pushing information out, because it's a vast area that we were covering
Right.
in business finance, right? Sometimes if you were sending something related to how do you brand your products or how do you market your products, that might not be relevant to a cohort that we're sending it to. It might only be relevant to a couple of people. So in cases like that, the pull method works best. Initially, we actually started with kind of creating a directory sort of a flow, which had a lot of child flows, so that we could just, for a push scenario, we could just send them the menu and they could decide from there where they wanted to go. But now that we are developing the bot, we're hoping that the pull scenario works a lot better.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Diksha. Thanks for that. Anybody else have any questions before we move to the next part? I take that as a no. Now the integrations part. So as I said, integrations is where you are making your system or the chatbot talk to something else or like do something else, which is not like a default feature of the chatbot. So I'll speak about some of the existing integrations that we already have. So we have the LLM capability so that we are able to through chatbot, we are able to hit OpenAI to get to interact with OpenAI or like use the capability of OpenAI to have more contextualized query resolution. I'll speak about it when that session comes in. Then we have integrated with something called Bhashini. Bhashini majorly you like translates, transliterates, do speech to text and text to speech were like majorly supported for Indian languages. So we are using Bhashini for some of those integrations. So you can just use something like one particular node and you are able to do text to speech and speech to text through Glyphic right now. The third integration, very popular one, is a Google Sheet, because most of the organizations that we work with, like people can be of different teams. For example, your operation teams might be using the data from the chatbot. So not everybody might be familiar with the BigQuery where the chatbot data is going. So you can like quickly write things to Google Sheet so that you are able to quickly access the information or read from Google Sheet to structure your things better, which we'll speak about it more. But Google Sheet is one of the very commonly used integrations that we have in Glyphic. And we can also enhance, like use Glyphic to have conversations in a WhatsApp group. This is like a completely new dimension because chatbot is like a one-on-one conversation where you can have like conversations or integrations within a WhatsApp group. That's another MetaP integration that we have did. In this scope of the code, we are not going to share about a lot about the WhatsApp group integration that we have did. But in case you want to explore it, we'll be happy to share certain resources or share certain information with you on this. Now I'll speak about some of the other integrations we have, like which organizations have done, like and which through Glyphic. One is like they use users database to nudge the next steps accordingly. For example, like we have like a student's or a person's journey on the chatbot is already saved. So sharing the next steps with the user, like saying like, hey, you have already done XYZ, so this might be a good next step for you. So that's one type of integration that certain organizations have done. They have integrated their CRMs or something like that. Or another organization have most of their program on a app, and most of the people drop off at a certain point in the registration. So they use chatbot to nudge people to complete the registration, and they have seen like a 70% jump in the registration since they started nudging on WhatsApp. So the WhatsApp they're majorly using for nudging to a certain system that they're using. Or as I said in earlier example, like agricultural based organizations, they have integrated the weather updates sites, and they are sending the weather updates, or they're sending market mandi rates. Or people can integrate like a government portal, like to send the health based, like different health stages of the women, and send nudges accordingly. So there can be different ways of doing this particular thing. Like anything, if they have a open API, so you can integrate and make the systems talk with the chatbot. So user not necessarily know, but user will get like a regular message, but at the back end you have the capabilities to do certain of these integrations. Any questions, any thoughts on these?
I have two things. It's not really question kind of a thing, but
Go on.
really great to have that WhatsApp group, how Glyphic will works in the WhatsApp group. That's something that would like to explore more, try to understand how that works. And a question related to the same line. In case, imagine that I am using the Glyphic in a WhatsApp group, which is common in our community, and the community members are actually accessing some of the learning, or accessing some of the materials or some of the messages. Will we able to track that how many of them actually accessed a X document, and will we get a backend data on that particular piece is something my question.
Okay. Ajish, I'll not get into details of your question because Gokul from your team is already exploring the WhatsApp group. We are in conversation with him with respect to this. But yeah, like any conversation we have, we kind of give the capability, like we give the capability for you to access the data, because like you will be able to take next steps based on it also. So, but otherwise we will be happy to share like more blogs or some documentation around it in case you also want to explore.
Wonderful. If Google is already into it, then
Yeah, Gokul is into it. Like Gokul is aware of it.
wonderful. Yeah, thanks.
Meghna, you have any questions? Sharanya, Meghna, Amit, I haven't heard from you.
I want to learn like how to make the HSN template much more utility based, because we are also facing the same issue that the workers are not like pushing the message by themselves, and it's very hard for we don't have like a lot of engagement.
Okay. I'll take your question in a minute. I'll get back to your question in a minute. Meghna. Sharanya, Amit, you have any questions?
Yes, Krishna. Mainly, I want to know more about nudging. Because, yeah, so through nudging, we are in thought of reaching volunteers overall in our database.
Sorry, through nudging, I didn't get your question.
So we want to reach our volunteers.
I'll so we need the consent, or can we send without consent?
Sorry?
That can we send the nudge messages without the consent, the initial consent that we are opt-in kind of?
No. Like there are like the chances that the bot will be getting blocked. So I'll get into more of it like when we speak on the broadcasting session. So like in that session, we'll talk about all the nuances of these nudges, categories, etc. But yeah, like right now, I would want you to think from a use case point of view. Like I know you have certain challenges right now you are thinking to solve, But right now, just see what else you can be doing on the chatbot. Like that's but we will get to your challenges as well. Is that okay?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Amit, you have any questions? Amit, are you there? In case you're speaking, we are not able to hear you. Okay, I'll probably move on. We can sync with Amit later on. Now coming back to your questions, Meghna. So again, like now we have spoken about this push, pull, integrate. So do you think any of one of these will actually give you the engagement? When we say engagement, we don't want users to talk to the bot. We want user to do certain action, right? So at the end of the day, we are not wanting to user to just talk anything on the chatbot. That we don't consider as an engagement. What we consider as an engagement is we are trying to solve a problem through a chatbot, and as a part of it, we want the user to do certain action on the chatbot. So it can be like user accessing a content. It can be user sending some data to you. It can be user asking a question or reporting some information. It can be anything. So this is what we call it as in user engagement. So for that, it's not like a push or a pull or a integrate that will work. Every chatbot, like at least 90% of the chatbots, should work in a combination of all. So if you are thinking, not all, if not integrate, at least both push and pull. If you are thinking, I'll just create a chatbot with which a user can, which a user should always initiate the conversation. It might not work because a lot of times the users that you are working with are working on 10 different things in their life or facing 5 other challenges in their life. So bot might not be their top priority. So in that case, even if it's a pull-based, entirely pull-based chatbot, you have to push them to access certain information so that user are doing that action more consciously. Suppose if you are just pushing the content and the user is not even checking it, you should find ways where you are having the two-way interaction with your user. So there, like, it's just not a push won't work. A combination of push with the pull will work. Users should have a capability to pull also if they want to, and you are pushing for certain information unless you are just sending like a meeting links or a webinar events for them. So it should be a combination of everything. So Meghna, like your question with respect to making it marketing, utility, etc., all those nuances we'll talk in the broadcasting session. But in this session, the takeaway which I want you all to have is there can be like different use cases of chatbot, and I want you to think beyond what you're currently doing and at least explore the possibility. You don't need to define yourself as one of the use case only. So now I want, like, we are sharing like 3 chatbots with you. We want you to take like next few minutes, probably like next 10 to 15 minutes to try each chatbot. Maybe together we'll all try one chatbot, share our thoughts, and then we'll move to the next one. So like that, we are able to at least explore how like a good chatbots can be designed for different purposes. So we can all start with Quest Alliance. So Quest Alliance is an organization which is working across like 80K plus students across multiple states. So they actually work on building computational thinking in children. Like, so they have like a 5 weeks course. Like through the 5 weeks course, at the end of it, kid is able to learn the logic better. It's a very storytelling based bot because their children are like school going students. So that is a bot that you can try. And again, though it's like a completely pull based, like student can access like whenever they want to continue the journey that they are in. But even Quest Alliance send messages on a regular basis. So they send messages, hey, you are stuck at this third lesson. Why don't you complete the next 2 steps to unlock a new badge? Or they will just put like a message like, hey, X number of your classmates have already done it. Why don't you do? So they also nudge students. So it's a combination of they nudging it, but the students have the capability of pulling the messages at their wish. So I want you to scan the first QR code. Maybe take like 2 minutes to just try it out, and we can discuss your thoughts and questions. Were you able to try? Any thoughts?
It's asking about the UDIS code, which we don't have currently.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Um,
You have to put your UDIS code to ensure that you are a student.
Can you try sending lights camera demo again?
Yeah, I did the same.
Like try to restart the flow. Maybe they have changed the flow. I'm sorry for that.
Ajish, I think there is an option to skip if you don't know the code. You can just reply with skip and then it will take you to the next step.
Whoever have proceeded with the next steps, in case you have any thoughts, any questions. Padma, were you able to proceed?
Yeah, I'm working on it, Krishna.
Yeah, maybe we can take
Asking to given a missing code to try a command. Do you think the missing code? You should type. There's lots of texting actually. Then choosing options.
Okay. Because it's on computational thinking, like again, because I don't know if I have a different flow access right now because I'm already registered. So it's on making students learn coding. Like computational thing is like a basics of coding. So that's the reason they ask them like to type certain things and they match that text or not. And then they proceed to the next steps. But yeah, I got your point. Anything else on how the bot is designed? Like if not, Nikita, anybody else can also share like how the messages are curated, how the stickers are being used. Anything that stood out to you?
Yes. So I go through the flow, and it's actually uh, created to attract students who can uh, complete these flows. Also, there are one button action thing where you only have one option and you can go further and go on. So it's very interactive as per communication and emojis.
Right. Because they're working with students, it's the bot makes it easier for the text to be very understood for students. Just one button so that it's easier for student to take decisions. The emojis, everything are to attract them. If you would have also seen, like, they have highlighted certain words which they think are super important. The entire bot has a narrative, like it's called a icky, it's called a, it got a personality, which is something which students get attracted to. So that's one way where some like Questalens have designed their flow. Like maybe we'll take one more thought from somebody who haven't spoken yet, and then move to the next part.
Yeah,
Deepika?
yes. Okay. So one more thing, like this, the flow is so sorted actually. So as this is like made for a student, so there is no like one question about language, change language. So there is in chatbot, there is three languages are suggested like Odisha, and
Right.
English and Telugu. And after that, like choosing one language, after that also, like chatbot is asking for if you are not comfortable with English, you can change it later. So
Mm-hmm.
in this way, no, like we give like more under like more can say like बहुत ही ज़्यादा easy, or we give them like student chance if they are like chosen the first option in like excitement or in a confusion, they can go back to the question again. So we are giving the same the chance to rechange or rethought the on the first question of first
Excellent
suggestion we
observation.
received. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that is the one thing I observed. This is a good.
Yeah, excellent observation, because आपका जो बॉट में जर्नी है, एवरीथिंग विल डिफाइन बेस्ड ऑन द लैंग्वेज. इफ यू आर नॉट इवन अंडरस्टैंडिंग, बाय मिस्टेक मैंने इंग्लिश कर दिया है, बट आई एम मोर कंफर्टेबल विद ओडिया, तो मुझे सभी बॉट समझ में नहीं आएगा. दो कंटेंट इज ग्रेट, पिक्चर्स आर ग्रेट, मुझे समझ में ही नहीं आएगा. सो important information they have like put like repeated in a basis, like, so lovely observation. Okay, we will go to the second bot. Again, the second bot, like some part of the main flow, we have extrapolated onto our internal system. So I would like you to scan the second one, which is Sneha chatbot. So Sneha as an organization is working on improving maternal and child health. Okay, so this is one of their bot, like this is one part of their bot where women can ask questions on their pregnancy journey or like on child care, like early child care, and the bot where the LLM is being integrated give answers. So so again, like it's again like it looks like it gives the opportunity for the women to ask questions whenever they want. For example, there are women who can't go to a doctor in the midnight, but they are having some pain, or they are having some other issue, or they have some question कि ये खा सकते हैं कि नहीं, because during pregnancy everybody else keeps suggesting on different things. So they keep validating in the chatbot कि अच्छा मैं तीसरे महीने में हूँ, मैं क्या ये खा सकती हूँ कि नहीं, और मेरा बच्चा लाइक इस 1 मंथ में क्या वैक्सीनेशन देना है, वैक्सीनेशन के बाद बुखार आता है कि नहीं. So these are the questions that the user, like any questions that the users can ask. But second thing, Sneha also have integrated their own system. So they have details of all these pregnant women. So based on the stage of the women, like if I am a 6 month pregnant, they send me a 6th month based nudges. The nudge is at the end of the day acting as a way to make me ask more questions throughout the week. So the nudge is just to make me remind कि हाँ bot में है, bot is giving a useful information, but उससे women are asking more questions by themselves. So that's something which Sneha is doing. Maybe you can scan it and ask a question in case you don't have questions on pregnancy. I can give you one hour. You can ask like pregnancy में क्या खाना खाना चाहिए और क्या नहीं खाना चाहिए. Or maybe you can ask questions like you can use English to ask, or maybe the other question that you can ask on like first year में बच्चे को क्या वैक्सीन दे सकते हैं, etc. So I want you to try and give me your thoughts.
This is only allow us to speak in English or Hindi.
It's majorly designed for Hindi speaking audience because we are working with urban women who are in Mumbai. But why don't you try in different language and see if it's answering?
It's not actually. When I was trying typing in English, they were saying that आपका मैसेज समझ नहीं आया, क्या आप थोड़ा और बता सकती है?
Okay. maybe like the part, like we have taken certain part of the flow only. So, but yeah, maybe in something in English or Hindi will work. But anybody else,
S-
right? For whom it worked?
yeah, so I also just tested that out. For the first question, it had trouble, but then in the second and the third, I mean, as much as I refined the question a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
um, it did give me an answer. It gave me an answer in Hindi, even though I asked in English. So that was there. But it gave me voice notes, and the Hindi was in the Roman script and not in Devanagari.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh,
Yeah,
you
that was
know,
a conscious choice because there the women were talking in Roman script, like Hindi typed in,
yeah,
not exactly. Yeah.
makes sense. Makes sense because when we are doing it, like I was just comparing it to the bot that we're testing right now for us as well. With keeping everything in Devanagari as much as possible because the audience is based out of North, and a lot of women have trouble using the Roman script for
Right.
Hindi even. So
Understood.
that was there. Other than that, I think they're also using Bhashani. Uh,
Right.
yeah, because I could recognize the slightly robotic tinge in the
I get it.
voice. It does mispronounce one or two things
Right. Right.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, I mean, fairly good answer in terms of even if it is a vague question to be asked, like
Mm-hmm.
slightly vague, because you said that you can ask according to the timing, like if you're in your third month or your second
Mm-hmm.
trimester or something. I just asked very randomly if I can take, folic acid,
Right.
because a lot of women do ask that and they don't want to. So that is one thing that I tried. Worked
Right.
pretty well. The latency was quite low.
Understood. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Awesome. Any other questions, observations from anybody else we haven't heard?
Like I can go, like I also tested the bot both the things. So for the first one which I really liked was key after the correct answer there was a video where the answer is also like you'll see like children will love it. And the second
Mm-hmm.
one was the voice note also like after the answer I asked in English, so the voice note is something is
Yeah.
say but yeah.
Thanks, Sangeeta. Again, like these two are like a certain parts of their flows. Please don't
Yes.
consider the original flows are much more refined and with lesser
Yeah,
scope of
yeah,
errors. It's just like one part of the flow to give you a sense of how it works.
yeah,
Okay. So maybe we can try the third bot, or maybe I can share my screen. So like maybe you can try the third bot. For the third bot, like do send like register once, and after like one or two questions send the keyword register again. You'll get like a very elaborate main menu. So I want you to try, and this is like a very nice uh, LMS. I wouldn't say LMS completely, but like a LMS or like a more than a LMS, it's more like a very detailed main menu which give the agencies to student to learn or like to access different things. So it's created by an organization called Antaram, who are into career awareness and guidance for government school children. So it speaks on what are the different career options that I can access, and some how can one prepare a resume, or like based on the career opportunities or the job opportunities. So like a very elaborate one. So send a register again, like after a certain point, send the keyword again. Then you'll get the main menu. Again, like this is like a small part of the flow. We'll get into it. Were you able to get to the main menu?
Yes.
Krishna, what keyword we have to write?
Once you scan, there's a keyword that's automatically populated.
From the flow, I have to go to main menu then.
Yeah, send register again. Sorry, Tan, go ahead.
You can send main menu once you've completed like registration. You can let us know like if it's not okay.
For me, it's working.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Any questions or thoughts
it's
on
a
it?
wide options. Like it's not only for the student; it's also for the teachers, working
Yeah.
professionals, the parent, etc.
You can try the student version, like that will give you a lot of options, good amount of options. Meghna, were you able to access Meghna, Rahul?
Yeah.
Yeah, were you able to get to the main menu of the Antarang bar?
Working on it.
Yeah. Ask questions if you have anything.
I send it keyword main menu, but it's saying please tap on option, but there is no option coming.
Can you send register keyword?
Okay.
Register it, word again. Rahul, how is it going with you?
Yes, fine, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's saying again, please tap an option, but there is an option.
Okay, maybe I'll show you how it looks. Give me a minute.
Okay.
So are you guys able to see my screen? There's a phone that is there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you will get a main menu like this. So it has like a very extensive number of options. So they have created like exams, opportunities, find my career, plan my career. So I can play some career games. I can leave rating. There's like a setting session where I can change the language or add users, etc. So there are like good number of options. For examples, I click on like find opportunities. So I'll get like next steps, like a certain number of more options. So here, what do I want to do? Like, do I want to do like a job, courses, etc. So I can, and everywhere they have given like a back option. So it's as detailed as a app that they would have created. So this will give a opportunity for student to access what they want to access and when they want to access. But Antarang also sends like, so they keep tracking like which option is more accessed by people. And but they know ki people aren't looking at opportunities tab, but opportunities will actually help them in their career awareness because they have like an offline program and bot is like a additional to their offline program. So in that case, so then they check, they keep reiterating in their offline program, or they send a nudge which excites them to open this particular part of the program. So again, here they give me options like what do I want to do? Do I want to get options, say goodbye, etc. Then they give me like what are the how to experience the career. Like there are different steps here. So this is how a chatbot, like how they have used the chatbot to create like a structured menu which give access to multiple things for the user. Any questions on this? Okay. So as you must have seen, like we have different organizations even here. So Quest Alliance is already working with 80,000 students. Antarang is working with 35,000 students. Neha is actually going deep and want to make it more sustainable. So they are like, though working with like 700 women in terms of scale, in terms of number, but they're scaling deep and like having, like figuring out what is working for them. So we have organizations who are like reaching to more number of people through chatbots. So there's like one very good example that we have is an organization called Reap Benefits. So Reap Benefits work with students to, taking the agency to solve local problems. So they have been running chatbot since 2020, and the majority of the program is also on the chatbot. So today they are reaching to 1.2 lakh people just through chatbot. And they've also partnered with different organizations. So they work with Jal Jeevan Mission Assam. They work with INRAIM to actually like have people implement. Like they are working with different places in Northeast which they haven't even like reached. They are just running the programs through chatbot, and they're able to get like a very good actions also being done, just not in terms of a scale as a number, but they're able to actually see the impact. So they have won like a high court case by collecting data to chatbot, one of the high court case in Bangalore only. So they were able to do like during COVID, they played a huge role in arranging beds for people, like creating that space where people are informed when they are their request is going to be taken. So they are like spread across in 13 states and are also working with various governments. So again, this didn't happen in a day. They are actually working since 2020. They experimented with n number of use cases, and they have like at least 40% of the team working on chatbot specifically. So like if you are doing it in a consistent manner, implementing it, learning from it, there are possibilities for you to reach a scale. Like today you might feel like, hey, this is a lot of work for me to do this, but once you are able to crack how to do it, you will be able to scale it in such a fast manner. So that's something which we want you all to achieve, or at least to aspire for. So with this, I'll stop this presentation, but there are like few next steps here. But any questions, any thoughts before we get to the next part where you will be working and I'll be chilling? Suresh, we haven't heard from you in the entire webinar. Any questions, any thoughts you have?
No, nothing from my end. I will understand correctly. Then, if I have a question, then I ask you.
Definitely. Okay. So as next steps, as we said, like every webinar will end with like one small activity that you will be doing. So we'll be sharing a sheet with the sheets with you. So like each of you will have like a sheet for you. I want you to start writing down what are the new use cases, any thoughts that you have today. कि hey, this is something which I want to explore. Like कि push में मुझे ये करना है, or this particular project I can think of this use case, because right now it's fresh in your mind, and as you write, maybe you can have questions answered. So can you just start putting together those? Again, that's for you. That's a sheet for you, and we would highly encourage you after the conversation, like this week you don't have anything to do hands on. This is something which we want you to take to your team and discuss कि अच्छा यहाँ पे भी हम लोग chatbot use कर सकते हैं. Do you want me to expand? Maybe 6 weeks में you can build like a small prototype and show it with your team like, hey, this is something that's possible. So we want you to start writing things. So Tanu, can you please share the sheet with all of them? You'll have a
Yeah,
sheet
I've
with
just
your organization.
Yeah, I have just shared one consolidated sheet link on the chat. You will be able to find specific sheets to your org in the main tab. So you can just take a look at that.
So we'll spend next 10 minutes writing it, and we'll just have like one short closing, and then we are. You guys want me to play music as you are writing? संगीता तुम हाँ मत बोलो, बाकी हाँ सभी ने बोला ठीक है. I'll play the same पीकू वाला music. Please introduce. Can we get started? Yes. Can anybody, like maybe one or two people, can you share like anything that you have written, something that are new to you, which you would want to try in future or pitch to your team? Anybody can go. क्या हो गया सब लोग साइलेंट क्यों हो गए सडनली?
Yeah, I'll go.
हाँ, go
Yeah.
ahead. Arvind.
So, I think what we'll probably have an internal discussion on what I'll tell them is we've been thinking about how we'll do impact assessment of interventions that we have done, particularly in households wise, right? For that, we can probably use Glyphic with its nudging thing or probably sending content onto it, right? Asking them
You will
further
send like
questions.
a impact assessment
Impact
stuff,
assessment,
and
yes.
then like the set of questions which they
Set of
would
questions.
make sense. Makes
Yes.
sense.
That we'll do. Yes. And then we can also use it for anticipatory actions oriented messaging. Right? That's also we're planning to start with. Rather than working post disaster, anticipatory actions as well. So probably it can be used there as well.
How do you do it today? Like both the impact assessment and the anticipatory actions?
So the impact assessment right now happens mainly through, I mean, everybody in the energy industry uses Kobo, right? So through Kobo form is what we're using. We're trying to build something of our own platform in which Glyphic is something we're trying to integrate as well, right? So with that, we've been relying heavily on Glyphic. So yeah, we use chatbots as well from now onwards. What I've seen in the examples in the chatbot, especially, I'm forgetting the name, the last one, right? The
Antaram.
school, Antaram, yes. I think we can do something similar like that as well. We haven't fully understood the possibilities of the platform, but this is an eye opener.
Yeah,
This,
sure.
yeah.
Good. Thanks, Arvind. Neha, Imran, you want to do because like one of the things that you wanted to explore were the use cases. Any new thoughts? That's okay. If you don't have anything, you can say like we'll go later on. But any thoughts that you have currently?
So, as we go through the different chatbots and we tested that, the one thing is clear, communication is very important based on what is our user base, right? Whether it's students, whether it's young, or whether it's senior citizen or gender wise, as we have different type of audience space, so we can design our communication on that. Another, as we haven't able to bring our volunteers on our chatbot, so we can use that or know their interest, what they want to do with us rather than what we want they do for us, right? So that can be used. And as we have different stakeholders, so we can plan different things. And regarding the different integrations, whether it's Bhasni AI, we already have discussed with the team, so they are okay. Yes, we that must need to be on our chatbot. So that's all.
Awesome. Thanks. किसी और को बोलना है कुछ? Anybody else? Like maybe we'll take one more response. Maybe Padma, Meghna, or Amit, like you're on the bottom of my screen.
Okay, I mean, I couldn't think of use cases, but yeah, lots of features that I noticed that what others have done and that would should be nice in a flow. Like obviously use of emojis was nice, and what I particularly liked was like you seek consent from a user, whether can we send, can we speak to you, can we, is this the name we should use, and also just knowing whom you're talking to adds a little bit of personalization. And then yeah, and I liked, I think it was in case of the women's health wala, like where initially menu had everything, all the options of what you can do, but like if you want, whether you want to do this, that, all the prompts that are available, that was nice as well. And there was this one particular, I think, where AI comes in picture, you put that while we are, we are thinking of an answer, please wait. So I noticed, because sometimes there is no response coming, it can send users away. So all this I noticed, I've actually written that in the Excel sheet instead of new use cases. I hope that is okay.
Yeah, definitely. Like again, like maybe by end of 6 weeks, you might have like a different understanding. Yeah, ये नहीं शायद मुझे ये करना है. So which is okay. Like this is a sheet where it's more like your journal, I would say. Like you can write whatever you want. It's your sheet. Like we are not going to check it. As in like we'll check it, but not from that checking point of view. Cool. Yeah, sorry, you were saying something else?
Yeah, and I also noticed that there was, I think, one of these bots had a help option that you can just type help, and you can, you can start a whole new, if somebody is stuck, it's not like you have to strictly follow what the chatbot is telling you. You want to deviate, if you need help, actually, that could be done. That also, I have taken a note of it. Yeah, I think these were my takeaways for now.
Awesome. So please keep them coming, like your questions, your curiosities, and I would suggest maybe discuss with your team, like show them these chatbots, say like, hey, इसमें ये अच्छा है, do we want to do it, etc. So next 1 week, I would suggest you to spend time on that. So we are at the end of it, and we're fairly close on time. But like before we go, like 2 important actions. One, in case you haven't joined the WhatsApp group, can you please do it so that we can? It's just to like it's a temporary group. After 6 weeks, we'll dissolve it. So in case there is some new resources, interesting blogs we find, we will definitely send it, and like also for the easier sake of logistics management. So please join. Like it sent you on the email. And now we'll just want to like quickly push a poll. It's majorly to get your feedback on how this session has been, so that please be honest, so that we are able to make the next sessions better. That's the main objective. And in case you have some feedback which you have not put in poll, like बाद में याद आया है, like, or if you want to discuss, feel free to discuss either with Tanu or me, write it on an email, and we'll be happy to kind of inculcate it in the next session. So the poll is on your screens already. Once you're done with the feedback, feel free to drop off. In case you have anything to discuss, you can stay back. Thanks, Diksha. I'm assuming the thumbs up is that it's done.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for this session. I'm gonna drop
Yes.
off now.
Yeah,
It was nice meeting all of you.
yes, likewise. We'll send the next session details, so you can follow
Sure.
us.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Yes, done. So we'll meet up. Thank you, Krishna, Sangeeta,
Sure,
and
Nikita. Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you, Aji.
How do I pronounce? Fawaz. Fawaz. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Fawaz.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, team. Thanks. I've shared my feedbacks on the
Thank
chat.
you so much, Rajesh.
Yeah.
Yes.
See you
See you in the
next.
next meeting. Bye.
Thank you, Krishna. I have updated the.
Thank you,
Okay.
Imran. See you in the next call.
Thank you so much, Tanvan and Krishna. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Krishna. It was a fun session.
Yeah, Padma, go ahead if you have a question.
No, I said the session was fun. That's
Oh,
all.
okay, okay. Thank you. I thought you had a question. Thank you, Padma. Looking forward. Like next call, I think you'll get more clarity on what you wanted to learn.
Yeah, and I'll have a better device to the camera. And
Sure. We really want to see you.
thank you.
I'll see you. Bye.
Yes,
Hey, Rahul.
Krishna ma'am. Thank you.
राहुल सर, मैडम मत बोलिए। मैं फर्स्ट
Okay, okay.
आपको ज्वाइन किया, आपसे तब से बोल रही हूँ, मैडम बोल रहे हो।
Okay, okay.
ठीक है।
Okay.
सेशन कैसा था राहुल जी? लाइक इज इट यूजफुल, हेल्पफुल? लाइक मतलब आपको
Yes, yes.
कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुआ?
नहीं नहीं,
ठीक
जो
है।
आपने जो मतलब रेफरेंस के लिए जो चैटबॉट के ये स्क्रीनशॉट मतलब भेजे
हाँ,
थे, उससे थोड़ा नॉलेज मतलब बढ़ गया कि
बढ़िया।
टूल्स कैसे गुड हो सकते हैं।
अच्छा, तो नेक्स्ट कॉल से हम लोग वो भी देखेंगे कि इम्प्लीमेंट कैसे कर सकते हैं वो सब चीजों को।
हाँ हाँ,
तो आपको और
ठीक है
हैंड्स,
ठीक है।
लाइक आपको ऑलरेडी कुछ चीजें पता है, पर आपका
हाँ,
हैंड्स ऑन और भी स्ट्रॉन्गर हो जाएगा, फंडामेंटल्स।
ओके ओके, थैंक यू
थैंक यू राहुल।
एवरीवन,
बाय बाय।
बाय।
Hey Sharanya, how is it going with you? Then you can stop recording. We're almost done. Sharanya, are you there?